I am a guy.
I'm a guy.
I'm a guy.
I'm a boy.
I am a guy.
I'm a guy.
I'm a guy.
Today we're gonna be reacting to 6 Boys and 1 Secret Girl, a Jubilee video where a woman tries to trick 6 guys into thinking that she is in fact one of them. There's gonna be discussions about dating, male privilege, and we're gonna be asking ourselves, do women truly understand the male experience? And so much so that they could trick 6 guys into thinking that they are actually one of them. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
Guys, before we get into today's video, if you'd like to support the work I do on this channel, you can become a patron on Patreon. And thank you to everybody who's become a patron so far. I really appreciate you guys. Okay, like I said, we're gonna be seeing if this girl can trick 6 guys into thinking that she's one of them. And I'm gonna play along. Obviously, you guys know that I am in fact a girl, but I'm gonna do some
voice modification.
And I want the guys watching this video right now to tell me in the comments down below if my answers would trick you. Are they sufficient? I have a feeling I do not have a full understanding of the male experience, but let's watch the video.
And I'm a girl.
Say your name, your occupation, and yeah, describe your like body type.
I am just turned 28. I'm a boxer. And yeah, my body type, I mean, I'm in the gym often.
I'm Josh. I am 5'8", 16.
You're 16?
Yeah, I'm 16. I think I'm the youngest here for sure.
Yeah, definitely. My name's Tyler. I'm 27. I'm a fitness influencer, so I look like an action figure, I guess.
Lovely confidence, brother.
I'm Will. I'm 18. I'm currently a student at Stanford, and I'm around 5'7", pretty skinny.
Hey y'all, I'm Ben. I'm 21. I'm a student at USC, and then I work out pretty often, and I'm 5'10".
Hi everyone, Joseph here. I'm 32.
Now, come on now. We know why they cast Joseph in this video. Jubilee's trying to do him a little dirty. I see what they're trying to do. Very feminine voice on Joseph. I'm gonna try to, I'm thinking of my answer while everybody else answers right now, then we'll get there.
I'm about 5'8", 5'7", and I am an urban planner.
That sounds like something like really humanitarian. Like, I feel like that's something like a girl would do.
My name is Caleb, I'm 21. Body type, I'm not a big guy. I'm like 5'7", always wear like platform shoes to kind of compensate for that. Honestly, I just wanted to get past the first round. I was kind of banking on the fact that I heard other voices out there being a little higher than mine.
Who thinks who's a chick? I think the second person is
Okay, pause. First of all, I recognize Chloe from TikTok, and it's funny because she always gets comments about having a very masculine voice. So it's awesome that she decided to do this Jubilee video and just like own it and do it. I'm gonna voice mod right now. Okay, here's my strategy. I'm gonna try to be unique in my answers. I think you can throw people off by like being a little funny or like throwing some jokes in there, some self-deprecating humor. I feel like that's a very masculine thing to do. And, you know, think about the standard thing that a woman would say and just turn left on that one and change it completely, because that's what's gonna really trip you up if you give like very common answers. Okay, what did they ask? They asked name, height, and build, I think, and maybe occupation. Okay, so I'm gonna be like,
My name's Joaquin. I'm 5'11", 6 foot if my girl's watching, and I got a pretty slim build, and I work as a civil engineer.
let me know if that answer was sufficient. Did I trick you guys for the first round? So far, I feel like I'm doing good. Okay.
the chick, 110%. The first one, you strike me as a chick that with the platform shoes thing, but the second one is a chick in my opinion.
That scared me because I was like, I was expecting people to just think that I'm some chill dude, super chill vibes. No, and so I had to kind of work off of that because he clocked me right away.
Yeah, I mean, Chloe, you know, as masculine as Chloe's voice is, it's pretty feminine. Like, you can hear the woman underneath it. So, I mean, they have one other feminine voice to kind of throw things off maybe, but I don't know, it's tough. You gotta have really good answers.
What is something that only men would know?
Okay, I want to ask this to number 2 then.
Sure.
Number 2,
Yeah.
what does it feel like peeing with a boner?
Difficult.
Come on, yo. Spit it out.
It's difficult.
Difficult. That's a chick, 110%.
I've never had a boner, unfortunately, and I've never had to pee with one. So I was sitting there like, perhaps it feels really awesome and cool to pee with a boner, but
Dude, I was thinking the same thing. This is gonna be, I don't know if this is too much information. I've seen a movie and it's a comedy and Zac Efron's in it. I forget what the name of the movie is, but you know, he takes one of those pills that helps you, you know, perform or whatever. And I guess like he had too much of a strong reaction. So he lays like perpendicular with the toilet to go to the bathroom. And I'm thinking, okay, well, obviously that's a comedy. It's not too realistic, but he didn't seem to have trouble once he was in that position. So I imagine it's not the like worst thing in the world. You just gotta make sure you're positioning everything correctly and you have good aim. So I would be like, okay.
Be like, honestly, it's not really all that different from like being regular so long as you know what you're doing and you got good aim. Tell me if that
was that sufficient, guys? I don't know. That's actually such a good question to get people eliminated because I don't know a woman in the world that would have the knowledge to answer that correctly.
Then apparently I was wrong.
I was also even sus of Tyler just because he dominated the conversation so much. Maybe he's just saying too much because he wants to like direct attention off of himself.
Number 2, what's your favorite video game?
Kingdom Hearts.
Chick.
Let's all answer.
Chick.
Wow. Wait. I didn't know that wasn't a very manly game, but
I've got this one, baby. Okay, hold on. See, here's the thing. I can answer the question. There should be no follow-up questions. Don't ask me anything about like the character that I'm using, the skins, or like whatever it is that you use in these video games. I'll be like,
I kind of alternate between League of Legends or Escape from Tarkov recently, so yeah.
I know that was a good answer, guys. You don't even have to comment on that one. I know that was sufficient.
it's like one of my favorites.
I was like, I know a lot of girls who play that kind of game. Kingdom Hearts and Minecraft.
What's a feminine hobby you have, or a hobby that you like consider more feminine?
I would say meditation and yoga. It helps me stay focused on things like when I get stressed out.
I'd say probably art. I hear people say it could be feminine sometimes, but I don't believe that.
My man on his Leonardo da Vinci shit.
Right, man, right.
Probably for me, man, I would just say like I've been in fashion. Like I'm not the best looking guy, so I've always had to like cope with it for like looking nice.
I like dancing. I'm on the Stanford cheer team. Go Card.
Pause. Okay, I'd be like,
I mean, I don't know if this is all that feminine, but women kind of dominate this sport. I've been a gymnast since I was a little kid. My mom thought it was a good thing to like sign me up for that when I was younger, so.
just give me the win already. Give me the W, guys. I feel like I'm crushing this. I'm probably gonna get eaten up in the comments of this video, but we're hanging out. Okay, they're gonna vote for who they think is a girl. Joseph.
Okay, big step over. There you go.
Like,
I've been
obviously.
misgendered on the phone, to my face, so many different circumstances. I was like, okay, this is just another situation like that.
Yeah, they should have at least thrown in a few other sort of feminine sounding men, because obviously Joseph is going to be the first to go with that voice. R.I.P. Joseph, much love.
So sorry for voting him out, but also I kind of had to use him as a stepping
That
stool
strategy,
to
girl.
get to the second round.
Who's gonna
To
win?
back up.
I want to finish the feminine hobbies.
Sure.
question.
Yeah. I personally write poetry. It's something I did ever since I was with my last girlfriend. Just kind of, I don't know, liked it since English class. Makes me feel happy, contextualizes where I am in the world.
I actually dance too. I don't like to perceive it as feminine because I go to a liberal arts school where it's kind of popular to do that, but I just started doing it this last year. It gives me a space to just kind of let loose, I guess, because I'm in a frat, so it's a little awkward for me.
It's too much feeling involved in the answer. Does that make sense? If you're talking about like how you're being perceived or like it gives me a space to like communicate and let loose, it's starting to sound a little bit too feminine. Also, never duplicate the answer of somebody else because it automatically makes you suspicious, even if you are telling the truth, even if she was actually a guy and gave the same answers the other person who said dancing. It's bad strategy. You gotta think of something else. I would be sussing out Chloe at this moment after that very feelings-based answer.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
What frat are you in?
Delta Tau Delta.
All right, yo, vote that dude
I would have been out immediately if they asked me what frat. Ooh.
off, chick or slash dude, and then end the game after that. Vote
You didn't
him.
get into the frat, did you?
Vote
You
him
didn't
or
get a
her
bid?
off.
You didn't get a bid, did you?
Trust me, I don't need to get into a frat.
You're mad.
I'm like, okay, Tyler, please, just calm down. Just calm down, just this much.
Can people lie about their age?
Why do you want to lie about your age?
I don't know, the 16-year-old. I vote you all the way to the
Stay
right.
mad.
Out.
Why are you overcompensating?
They put a lot of people in here for variety reasons. That's why we have Deep Voice Guy, we have G.I. Joe, we have
I guess
Twin.
the 16-year-old is like the wild card, the curveball. All right.
I have a feeling that Tyler is not being liked in the comments, just based on his attitude and how he's coming at it. However, Chloe just needs to chill. Like, why are you mad? No, you didn't get a bid. Like, I can see a woman thinking that a man would be like super confrontational in this moment, and maybe for some they would be, but I feel like a guy who truly is thinking, I'm a guy, like, no worries, nobody's like gonna be able to suss me out, they would just be like super chill in their response, be like, all right, bro, you can vote me out, but you're gonna be wrong, so you're gonna like miss out on $200, but go ahead, vote me out. You know what I mean?
We have higher voiced people here. I'm
I
not
just
really
think,
the
yeah, I have a high-pitched voice, but I'm definitely a dude.
Oh, we know Tyler's a dude because actually what Chloe hit the nail on the head with is that he's overcompensating. Like, oh my goodness, if overcompensation could be personified, it would be Tyler. What they call him, G.I. Joe. Didn't he say like look like an action figure or something? Please, please. But that's how I know. That's how we know he's a man.
Challenges as a guy, what you guys say?
Just like coming out as gay, that was really hard. Just being accepted by other guys sometimes was like more challenging than being around girls. I feel like sometimes it's just really stigmatized, and I never wanted to be seen as weak, and I've definitely gotten a lot better at it over time. And
People assuming we have the worst intentions.
Ooh, yep.
I really deeply care. Like, I'm a romantic. Yeah, I
know what you mean. I know what you mean.
No, you don't.
No, I'm
You don't know
21.
anything
I'm
yet,
21.
brother.
Hey, dude, I'm pretty dark. Hey, listen, I'll explain later.
Yeah, okay, but no, it's genuinely because I just like I'm a romantic guy. Like I really deeply care about people. It kind of means a lot to me, and I think it's kind of sad when people assume like, "Hey, I'll walk you home" means like I want to have sex afterwards. I might just kind of want to do the right thing, and so I feel like a lot of men make us all look bad, and I really dislike that.
That's an interesting answer. For some reason, I thought like a man would not answer like that because that does seem like a woman's perception of what a man would say. But I could see that answer coming through. The gay guy totally gets through. You say you're gay, that's like makes sense, you know, that you would be insecure about that. And when it comes to your masculinity, I'm still thinking of an answer to this question. The ones that I have circling through my brain right now are not serious enough, and they're all giving very serious answers. The first thing that I thought of when they said like, what's a challenge as a man? I would have been like, okay, voice mod, 1 second.
Bro, this is the first thing I thought of, but I have really skinny calves. Do you know how hard it is to grow your calves?
I feel like that's a boy answer. I've never heard a woman make that complaint. I've never heard a woman say that. I have heard guys complain all the time about like having skinny legs or not being able to grow their calves, but now they started giving like serious answers about people seeing the worst intentions in them or like gay being a challenge to your masculinity, and now I have to think a little bit more. So let's watch.
you seem like you'd be a good friend.
Thank you. I deeply appreciate that.
It's probably the dating scene. I've been on dating apps since I turned 18, and they're very discouraging to say the least. I don't get a lot of action from girls, and I feel like there's endless options for women, whereas for me, it's just always been a challenge.
I feel like no guy would be saying that. Like, we're not talking about why girls have so many options. I feel like that was a little telling on themselves.
Oh, no.
Like maybe they got options, like, and they trying to like push the suspicion away.
I would probably say the biggest challenge about being a guy right now in the society that we're in is just probably just if you're not rich or have like this $20 million boat or drive this like Ferrari, it's like not hard to get chicks, but like that's literally, it makes it much harder if you're not like this 6'3" like Calvin Klein model.
Well, he just said the exact same thing Chloe said, but in like a very different kind of way. So that's interesting. Okay.
That's pretty much why I'm a TikTok/influencer or whatever you want to call it. I'm just trying to get rich.
I'd say something tough would be, like, people ask me to open things a lot of the time, like my mom, and I don't really always have that strength on me.
Okay, maybe my skinny calf answer would work because he just gave kind of like a superficial answer. I'll try to think of a second one. Again, this is just coming from my female perception of men, but maybe something like,
I feel like now that I'm an adult and I'm kind of separated from like the guys I knew in high school and the guys I grew up with, it's a little bit harder to make friends as a man. Like, you can make a lot of friends in doing like sports or having different hobbies or whatever, but they're sort of superficial friendships. Like, I wouldn't go to those guys to talk about, you know, deeper stuff that's happening in my life.
was that a good answer or was that a feminine? I don't know. Okay.
Fail a lot, and that's embarrassing. So I think that's tough sometimes, honestly.
men, we all have our problems and women have their problems too, but I feel like for men, it's very hard for them to be able to reach out if they need things.
I will literally do anything before I ask for help. Like, it's just how it is.
I think what Alan said was,
Ooh, that was a good one. I will literally do anything before I reach out for help. I could see that being, you know, a really good answer. There is that sort of stereotype of men that they won't go to their friends for help. They won't go to their families for help. They kind of like bottle it in and tough it out. They don't go to doctors. But yeah, they'll just do any other thing rather than, you know, turning to somebody and needing help. And that's probably, you know, just something that a lot of men feel and struggle with. Let me know in the comments down below if you share that struggle.
very touching and a very real experience that men have to go through in this life. We teach men to perceive vulnerability as weakness, and that's just not the truth. It's not weak. It makes you a human being.
Do you guys feel like you have someone that you can go to for like emotional like support and vulnerability?
Yeah, I have a brother.
I have a twin sister.
My dad.
Caleb. All right, we're gonna come and get you.
Damn.
I tried to do like ethnographic research on dudes, but at the end of the day, I'm a chick, and there's only so much lying that I can do.
Please raise your hand if you want to continue playing the game. All right, majority wins. You will not continue.
Wow, they were so confident that they got the woman out. That's so interesting because what that points out to me, because I've seen other episodes of this whole odd one out game that they do. And typically people will go until there's like 2-3 people left before they're convinced that they've actually gotten the mole out in this scenario. But these men seem really like fine-tuned in on what masculinity feels like, what a man would answer. And after only 2 rounds, they're ready to end the game. Do you feel like if you were in a similar situation with a woman giving these answers that you'd be able to suss them out pretty quickly? Because I am typically of the belief that, you know, it is very difficult for men to understand what a female experience is like, what the female brain is like. And, you know, on the flip side of that, it must be extremely difficult for women to understand what men are like. And of course, we can give these superficial answers based on the things that we observe and our general experience with men, but it's a whole nother thing to actually live in a male body with a male brain. And it's a deep thing to think about, especially with everything happening in the world right now surrounding gender and people thinking that they're, you know, a different gender than they actually are and trying to take on that life and all the stereotypes and caricatures that sort of swirl around when that's the life that you're living. I think at the end of the day, it is very difficult for a woman to trick men into believing she's one of them. And the same goes for men trying to trick, you know, women into believing that he is one of them.
If the lights turn green, you voted the mole out and you win. If the lights turn red, you didn't vote the mole out and you lost. And you won.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good job, boys.
Y'all on me. Get off me.
Could there have been 2 moles?
Me.
Ready?
Tyler just does not give up. Tyler does not stop.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my God!
Is there 2 chicks? Oh no, there isn't. There's 1 chick.
It's kind of a rude thing to say. Is there 2 chicks? I'm pretty sure they told you guys the rules of the game is that there's 1 person. He irks me a little bit. His energy irks me a little bit, but that's all right.
My name's Chloe. I'm a TikTok influencer just like you, actually. I just didn't want to give it away. I did purposely make it deeper for this, but I don't think I trained well enough.
Yo, you give me 070 shake vibes.
I get that all the time. I get that all the time. People have commented on my voice since I was about 14 years old. And then I hopped on TikTok at 19 years old and I started posting it. And it was the first thing that people noticed about me. I've kind of used it to empower myself because I think that it gives me a unique quality.
I was so sure it was gonna be Joseph, so it was actually a surprise. We have a wide range of personalities, backgrounds. There is a lived experience to being a man.
There is like an inherent privilege that comes with that we didn't really address. Like, I feel like we kind of focused on like the negative aspects of being a man, but we never really talked about like male privilege that we just get, that we're born with.
All right.
Okay. I would wish they actually did unpack that and go a little bit further. What is the male privilege that you are born with? We all get unique experiences in this life, and some of those experiences are advantages that are purely based on sex alone. But if men get to experience that, women 100% do as well. All right. Well, the men won in that case. They very quickly sussed out who the girl was and who the mole was, and they got Chloe out of there. It's interesting because I think Jubilee has done a similar video like this where they have 6 girls and 1 guy trying to trick them. And I think it took much longer to be able to get the guy out of the scenario. Which do you think is easier? A girl pretending to be a man or a man pretending to be a woman? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, let me know how I did on my answers. Am I at all clued in on the male experience? I think the one question that I definitely did good on was the video game one, because I know there's a lot of men who play League and Escape from Tarkov. I don't know if those are still like super trendy and people are still doing that, but I have a feeling that was like a good enough answer. And why not answer the questions yourself, whether you are male or female? Drop what you would have said in the comments down below. As always, I encourage healthy debate, so duke it out, but do so respectfully. And if you like this video, like, subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified every single time I post for you guys, which is every day, and I'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.